Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a few tips. I'm going to give you guys a few tips on how to grow your natural hair. At least I know these things help me, so I hope they can help you as well. So let's get started. Number one would be know your hair. Like, take the time to find out what your hair is all about, what porosity your hair is, how dense your hair is, how much sebum your scalp produces, things like that, because this will help you craft a hair care regimen that specifically caters to your hair care needs and that's easy to work around your own timetable. So probably don't just go onto the internet and like find these influencers and then pick up a regimen without like finding out if this is going to be good for your own hair. Like, do some research. So number two is be consistent. So after figuring out what type of hair you have and deciding how you're going to go about caring for it and all that stuff, just be consistent, because this is the only way you're going to see results, you guys. The only way you're going to see results is through consistency. So be consistent. Number three is, when it comes to products, less is often more, because when you're using less products, you know exactly what works how. You will know exactly which product is being useful to you. But if you're using a bunch of products, you're not going to be exactly certain, okay, this is why my hair is feeling dry these days. Or you're not going to know, oh my god, my hair is growing, but you're not going to know exactly what product is giving it more moisture or is giving it more shine, is making it stronger. So less is more. Like, if you can keep like a hair journal so that you know, okay, when I shampooed my hair after using this particular product, it felt more dry. Like, just try to keep track of what you're putting in your hair. Brings me to the point of listening to your hair. So just pay attention, just like your skin, you know. If you're using a new product on your skin and you break out, like, you will obviously discontinue use from that product, right? So I think the same thing applies to your hair. If you're using a product, let's say a shampoo, and after using it you feel like your hair is so dry and brittle and things like that, just discontinue use, find something else, replace it. If you're using a leave-in conditioner and it's not helping you retain moisture and keep your hair moisturized, discontinue use something else. Just listen to your hair. Every time like you need a wash, you will know your scalp will feel a certain sort of way. So just listen to your hair and it will be good. So your ends are the oldest and most fragile parts of your hair. So when you're dealing with your ends, you have to be like extra careful, and you have to give them that TLC so that they do not break or basically just slip in a bonnet or a silk or satin bonnet or scarf, or if you can buy pillowcases, bed sheets, that's fine. Okay, the point of this is normally other fabrics like polyester or cotton or things like that get attached to our hair strands and end up breaking them. So, but silk is a sort of smooth, so your hair just sort of slides off that material. So it's good if you're trying to promote hair growth, length retention. And yeah, so on top of that, you could probably use scrunchies and hair ties that are made of silk and satin. I can leave where I got mine. I think she has an Instagram page. I'll leave it up here. I would also like to add that I find that you should probably avoid putting product on your scalp, because it eventually leads to build up, and if you take long periods of time between your wash days, it can clog the pores on your scalp and then eventually leads to infection, like an unhealthy scalp condition, which inhibits or hinders your hair growth. So the fact that your scalp produces natural sebum that is good for it, and when that sebum travels down the hair shaft, it actually helps in moisturizing your hair. Just avoid putting products on your scalp. Put products on your strands and basically most products are to strengthen and moisturize your hair, so your scalp does not need that, right? So just avoid putting products on your scalp job. And if you feel like the buildup is too much from the sebum, just go ahead and shampoo with a clarifying shampoo or like an ABC rinse, depending on what you're doing at the time. 5, when you're shampooing your hair, focus on the roots of your hair, because the point of shampoo is to remove the buildup from your scalp so that it's like a healthier condition, like a healthy scalp, so that your hair can grow, right? And you know, shampoo is much too brutal on our hair strand, so focus the shampoo itself on the scalp. And like when you put water onto your scalp, it will automatically run down and collect most of the dirt along with it while you're rinsing the shampoo out of your hair. So when you're shampooing, just focus on your scalp. Do not put shampoo directly on your hair strands. Number 6, I do recommend that you finger detangle your hair. I've never liked combing my hair as an individual, and when I started growing my natural hair and realized it's not even necessary, that was even better. So you do not need to comb your hair, you actually don't. Maybe a few times if you're like doing a protective style or something like that, but for the most part you could just use your fingers. It's okay. I can show you a detangling brush that I'm seeing a lot lately, so I'll put it. Number 7 is keep your hair moisturized. You guys, moisture is like it's like the most important thing. Find a moisturizing routine that works for you. If you're going to spritz water into your hair every single day, that's cool, as long as, because when your hair is moisturized, the hair strands will not get tangled into themselves and causing breakage. When you're wearing your hair out, like when your hair is not in a protective style like braids or twists or crochet or whatever you're choosing to wear it as, and it's out like how my hair is out now, don't just try to wear it in a stretched style. Like I have twists in my hair most of the time. Some people do braids. You can do African thread, because that way there are less chances of it like coiling back up, shrinking, and then getting tangled, which later leads to single strand knots, leads to breakage. So the best thing is to do not leave your hair out like okay, you can do that once in a while, but your daily, like day-to-day life, your hair should be in a stretched style. So number 9 would be take care of your hair even when it's in a protective style. So what are protective style? Protective styles are like braids, twists, fox locks, name it, like the things that you guys usually wear. So the point of a protective style is to tuck in your ends so that they're not exposed to like environmental conditions, maybe weather, what have you, things like that, so that it fosters like for more hair retention. That is a point of a protective style. You should know that protective styles should not be kept in longer than 4 to 6 weeks, and I know so many of you guys do this. Stop for a number of reasons. Like that is synthetic hair. It cannot be used for longer than 4 to 6 weeks, you guys. It's going to suck the hair out of your hair strands, leaving it dry and brittle, prone to breakage. Like synthetic hair, you cannot wash it as well as you wash your natural hair, so it's harboring dirt. You're still attaching it to your natural hair. You're not providing a good environment for hair growth. Stop doing that, you guys. I cannot stress this enough. When it comes to protective styles, I have so many things I should anyway, moving on. Secondly, when your hair is in a protective style, you have to wash your scalp. You have to clarify your scalp, because there's so much buildup. I know you guys oil your scalps while your hair is in a protective style. Maybe if you suffer from dry scalp, I know people with dry scalp oil their scalps, and that's fine, but you have to wash out the buildup, because still you're allowing room for bacteria to grow on your scalp, blah blah blah, all that gunk. And just wash your hair. I can do a video in the future on how I wash my hair whilst it's in braids, so you guys can see. And yeah, what else do I want to say? Oh yeah, when it comes to protective styles, I'm very passionate about this particular topic, you guys. You go ahead and pay your hairdresser to braid your hair. Why do you find it difficult to tell her that you do not want your braids installed tightly? Like, this is probably the worst thing you could do to your edges, is having your braids installed in tightly. Secondly, this, like, the tension on your scalp is not good. It leads to wounds and tears, things like that. So your scalp is going to spend most of its time, energy, nutrients fixing the damage you're causing instead of helping your hair grow. So stop installing your protective styles in tightly. It's not good for you. And I know that the hairdressers say, oh no, if we install it in tightly, it's going to last longer and nonsense like that. But you know, the point is not for it to last longer. The point is for it to help your hair grow. You guys, the point is to help your hair grow, and you're not helping yourself if you're installing these protective styles in too tightly. So just talk to your hairdresser, tell her what you want. And when they're the other thing is, when they're doing your braids, you do not have to first blow dry your hair. I know that is so common within Ugandan hairdressers. No, you could just spritz water into your hair so that you can make it soft and workable, and proceed to install the protective style. You do not need to first blow dry your hair. First of all, you're damaging your hair. Imagine every single time that you did a protective style, whereby there are people who literally live their lives in protective styles, like braids to twists to fox locks and blah blah blah. So every time you're doing this, you're blow drying your hair. That's heat damage, and you don't want that, because then you're going to lose the curls in your hair and things like that. So it's not good for you. And I think this is the last one that I can think of. Nails. So you see, my nails are pretty long right now. And that's fine. If you're keeping long nails, that's fine. But when you're working with your hair, you know, sometimes your nails can have like you know, when it sort of breaks but not really, like that sort of thing. If that happens, file it away or cut that particular fingernail off, right? Because, you know, when you're working with your hair, it's going to get caught in there, and it's going to end up breaking your hair that you're trying to grow. So be careful with that. It's a minor thing, like, okay, once in a while it may happen, but imagine it's happening every time you touch your hair. Every time you're working with your hair, the same snags keep getting into your nails, your hair is going to end up breaking. And then, you guys, so every few months you have to make sure to give your hair a trim. I know if you're new to natural hair, this sounds counterproductive to you, but I promise you it's going to help your hair grow, because the ends that you're trimming off are probably split ends. You know, your natural hair can literally split into two, then it goes on tearing and like affecting the hair around it. And you know, when you give your hair a trim, it's actually easier to manage. So I used to do my hair trims every 6 months, but I've changed it to every 3 months now, because I feel like I needed more trims. So I'm doing my trims every 3 months. And yeah, you don't have to cut off like a lot of hair. You can tell, you know your hair, so you will know where, at what level to cut, and how much damage you've had, depending on how long you have taken without doing a trim yourself. So yeah, I know I've been all over the place with the video, but like, anyway, and in case I have missed something important that you feel that other people need to know, you can go ahead and put it in the comment section down below, so that other people can know, you know, in case I've missed anything out. Otherwise, I really hope this video was useful, you guys. Have a lovely week. Bye.